Hello guys, my name is NaToSaphiX. Today we have this time it is yet another video for Play.gg. Today we'll be doing the pick and predictions for the Legend stage of the IEM Rio 2022 Major. I will go through this super speedy. If there's anything, you can always ask me on Twitter, but I'll go through this fast because I always make these videos plus 10 minutes. The obvious picks, FaZe and Na'Vi. FaZe won the last major and they've looked solid until now. If they win this event, they go for the major plus the Grand Slam, which probably would be the biggest accomplishment of any team of all time, like in terms of a single event. Now, Na'Vi, just a super solid team. They have Simple. Do I need to say more? Probably, even if you're not a Counter-Strike fan, you know who Simple is. Those two are the very obvious picks. I expect everyone to have these two. For the next two, that I think are also sort of obvious, I'm going to take Cloud9 and I'm going to take Vitality. Cloud9 struggled in the best of ones, but in the best of threes, they went 2-0 in every match. I do think they are still one of the best teams in the, like in this stage of the tournament, or just in the world, I guess, because it's the major after all, right? Probably this is my top 3 of best teams currently, and Vitality a very close 4th. So I've decided to include Vitality as well. Again, also struggling in the best of ones, but in the best of threes, they were a little bit better. Vitality has Suvo. Shio has the most insane tournament for Cloud9 right now. So there's a lot of individual star power in just these 4 teams, and I think they are going to be in pretty much everyone's pick'ems. Now, for the next one, I've decided to go with Heroic. They normally always perform well at the majors, or at least in recent times. Even though I think this is the weakest lineup on paper that Heroic have had in a very long time, I do still think that the core of KDN, Shush, Thesis, and Stown are going to be able to take them to the playoffs. And I have a good feeling about it, like in my stomach. I just looked at Heroic logo and I was like, yeah, probably. So I'm putting in Heroic. Then I've decided to go with ENS. Now, this is also a little bit mostly feeling based, but I would say the new lineup, they did go to the ESL Challenger Rotterdam final against Outsiders. Unfortunately, they lost. Their results haven't been too extremely good in recent times, but I do think they need a little bit more time to sort of gel with Sun Payus, who, you know, has been speaking Spanish in all his teams ever, I would say. So I'm hoping that now that they've had a little bit extra time to gather themselves, they will be showing a better level. I've decided to place them here, but I'll get into more details later why they could be a guy, like a team you can change. After I put in Liquid, after they got Legendar, they've looked pretty damn solid. I think Liquid could make it, they could also not, but I think they're pretty solid picks, so I've decided to take them. For the 3-0, I've decided to go with NIP. Reason being, they got 3-0 at the RMR, but we have almost not seen them play. I don't know what their bottom level is. I just know that at their top level, they can beat basically anybody. We've actually not seen them lose, I think, with this lineup. So I put them 3-0 because, to me, they could just be sort of in a honeymoon phase and now coming into this stage, not be performing very well and then maybe not making it. I simply don't have enough info to actually decide whether I think they're going to make it or not. But we've seen how their top level looks. And if they go to the top level again, they could go 3-0. That's why I've decided to place them here. In my opinion, you could swap NIP and ENS. It's something I've been debating a lot, but I've decided to go with this, at least for now. Again, follow me on Twitter. I post any updates to my pick'ems over on Twitter. But if you want to swap NIP and ENS, you can. Now, going through the last teams that we have left, even though it hurts my heart, I do think that Sprout could go 0-3. So if you want to put Sprout 0-3, you could do that. I've decided not to do it, probably because I just love Sprout. Spirit, I think, are going to win 2 matches, something like that. They always perform well at the major, and Chopper's teams historically have always been very good at the major. I would not put them 0-3, but I also don't expect them to go through to the next stage. Same with Mouse. They're definitely going to win a match, in my opinion, but I don't see them going to the playoffs, even though I'm hoping for it, as I have a lot of friends there. Now, Bad News Eagles, I've actually decided to put in the 0-3, and even though a lot of people probably, tell me that I'm wrong, I've decided to put them here because the teams that they beat at the Challenger stage were not super exciting. And even though these guys are really good in best of ones and it's a massive risk to put them 0-3, I do see them as the weakest team in this, this stage of the tournament. So I've just decided to go with the weakest team. You can never really predict any of the later matchups with certainty. So I would always just go with a FaZe and a Na'Vi, and then take the weakest team as a 0-3, which I do think is Bad News Eagles. Outsiders, I don't think they're going to make the next stage, but I think they will definitely win one match. I feel the same with Big. They could honestly also go 0-3 depending on the opening matchup, but I've decided not to pick them because I think they will get at least one win. Maybe they will even get two. Furia is the only team I would say you could swap with ends for the bottom of the bracket if you want to. I've decided not to do it. And Fnatic, I don't see them going through, but they probably win one match as well. Now, talking opening matchups real quick here at the end. Sprout is playing Big, and I know that the German rivalry is super strong, having played in Sprout myself. There will be so much added pressure in this matchup, you will not believe. And I just think Big will be better at managing the pressure than Sprout. Because of this, I think Sprout loses the opening matchup. And with this, I think they could potentially go 0-3. So my 0-3 picks would be Sprout and Bad News Eagles. I decided to go with NIP for the 3-0. And now, again, talking opening matchups real quick, something that's super important. FaZe have Cloud9 for the opening matchup, and Na'Vi have Vitality for the opening matchup. It sucks, but we can't change it, and honestly, to me, these are the 4 best teams that I think basically any pick'em should have. I don't care that FaZe or Cloud9, one of them will start 0-1 and the other 1-0. I do still think that both teams have a very good chance of making it through, and that's why I've decided to pick what I've picked. Again, want to say one last time, go follow me on Twitter if you want to make sure you get the updates in case I do change anything. I've been NaToSaphiX for Play.gg, and I hope you did enjoy this video. For the Challenger stage, I managed to get 6 out of 9 correct picks, so we did upgrade our coin, and I'm hoping that we can do it once more.